miners, Mining King here. Today we're going to be talking about how to make passive income with AI. So let's get right into it. So the platform we're going to be discussing today is going to be Vast.ai. And some of you may or may not have heard about this platform. I have been doing content on this platform for the past couple of months, and it's been proven really successful for me. Now, your success will vary from system to system, configuration to configuration, internet speed. There's so many variables in this, but I believe this is a great way to have passive income if you have a spare computer, a server, spare GPUs. Maybe you're a crypto miner who has an abundance of GPUs. Maybe you're off right now because crypto mining right now is, pretty much, depending upon your electrical rate, is going to be unprofitable for you. If that's you, you may want to watch this video. Now, this platform and what Vast.ai is a platform for you to rent out your compute capabilities. So what I mean by that is you build a system, and this system is going to be slightly different than a crypto mining rig, where this is actually going to be more like Xeons and Epics, but you can use consumer grade hardware. But with consumer grade hardware, you will be bound to only having maybe 1-2 GPUs max, right? Because everything is restricted by the PCIe lanes. So if you want to run multiple GPUs on a single, rig, as you would call it, you would need like an Epics or Xeons or Threadrippers. So how much can we make from this potential vast platform? Now, I've been growing my, I don't know if you want to call it a farm, my little own private data center, whatever you want to call it. So it's been incrementally growing over the weeks, and every week I keep getting more rigs on, and I keep changing my unverified status to verified. This is what I've been getting paid out over the last few weeks. Now, it does take about a week to get paid out for it to actually clear and settle, but that's not a big deal. It's kind of like working a job, and what you work last week, you get paid for this week, right? It's kind of the same thing, so I don't really mind it as much. But as you can see here, now Vast does take 25%. This amount you've seen up here is actually what my earnings are after the Vast cut. Vast does take 25%, so if you add 25% onto those numbers, I have been generally making over $100 a week. Now, some of you may be asking about electrical costs as well as other costs associated, but if you're running this from home, you're already paying for internet, so I wouldn't consider that an additional cost since you already pay for this service anyways, whether you're using it for personal use, gaming, streaming. Everybody has to have internet nowadays, so that's a cost that I'm not going to include on this. And then as far as power goes, it's much more different than crypto mining. We can't undervolt our GPUs because we don't want to affect our reliability. But that being said, there is instances where they only use the CPU, but they're paying for the full rental of the rig. So you're actually making more money because they're not using your GPU. But it will vary from case to case, and it will definitely depend on who is renting the rig, because it's up to the person who's renting it how they use it. Now, if you're one of the DIY guys who likes to build things like I do have a full installation guide that I have for my YouTube members. So once you become a YouTube member, I will send you a link for this full installation guide to get you guys up and going. It has pictures and illustrations from step A to step Z, so this way you guys can get on to Vast.ai. Now, for some of you who are not that tech savvy and maybe want a better solution, maybe that's more of, something simple to use, easy to deploy, I do offer a workstation that is for sale on my Mining King website, theminingking.com, right here. Now, that price does include shipping, and what that entails is I go through the BIOS and I tailor the BIOS to Vast.ai, as well as do the full Vast.ai installation. The only things that you need to do when you receive the unit is going to be put the GPU in it, as well as do the final command to actually install Vast and attach it to your account, because I can't do this, otherwise you won't be paid. But besides that, I take care of everything for you, but you will have to open some ports on your router in order to be able to have Vast communicate to the outside world. So that's one part that you will have to do on your own, and I can't help you with that, as it is kind of the networking world is so vast and so big that I can't essentially know everybody's networking solution. Now, I have pinned several other things in my Discord section of the Misfit Mining Discord, such as some very good tools for Vast, such as the Vast tools, which are great for a lot of troubleshooting methods, things you might need to do to fix your Vast rig, as well as I've also put in all of the installation stuff like Ubuntu, Rufus, and any of those things you might need, Putty, as well as off the analytics. This site actually monitors Vast and sees what rigs are actually being picked up for. So as you can see right here, I was unverified. Now that's about half my machines are still unverified. Now you could see a huge price difference right here. So this is the price of what my machine was making unverified. And then you can see over here the price of what it's going to be potentially making now that it's verified. And you can see that this is a 50 to 100% increase in revenue. So getting verified is a huge step in with your Vast.ai. So this amount that I've been making so far with Vast.ai is just the tip of the iceberg, because I would say over half my farm or more is still unverified. So in some of these rigs I've only recently put up in the last like week or two, and this process can take time from anywhere from 3 weeks to 2 months. It depends on a lot of factors such as the quality of your machine, like, you know, how high end is it? Or is it a mining rig, or is it actually something like somebody would use in a data center or as a workstation? And it's going to depend on a variety of things like what CPU and RAM and GPU you have in there, and so forth, right? As well as the demand on the market for your current configuration. So you may have to wait a little while to get verified, but once you do get on the front page of the machines as being a verified machine on Vast, as well as that does increase your profits. Now you might be asking me, you know, what type of, you know, profitability is there compared to mining? All right, well, I'm going to show you what a typical 3090 does on Vast and what a 3090 does for mining. Over here, right here, is where you're going to see that this is what a typical 3090 makes for me on my typical system here, right? It's between $2 and $3 a day, right, is the revenue. Now, if you come over here to this side, right over here, this is typically what a 3090 is going to get you with mining. So you can see that there is a huge difference in this potential. Now, some of you might be like, well, that's just going to be fiat. But if you think about it, you could use this to actually get the, you know, the actual fiat and turn that in and actually buy the crypto from your favorite project, which would then in turn actually yield you more crypto if you did it this way. So that's going to conclude today's video. Just be sure, give this a like, you know, and a share and a thumbs up and all that stuff. Really would appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. And don't forget that, you know, the YouTube members will get access to my full Vast.ai installation guide. All right, this is the Money King giving you the most hashes, and I'll see you next time.